Okay, time for one of my very favorite, Dr. Seuss. Now this one may require you to go cut out on paper a star and put it on your belly. So you may need to do that craft after we're done. Okay, here we go. This one is called The Sneetches and Other Stories, but we're just gonna do The Sneetches by Dr. Seuss. The Sneetches. Now the star-belly Sneetches had bellies with stars, and the plain-belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big, they weren't really small, you might such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag. We're the best kind of Sneetches on all of the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff, they would snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly sort. And whenever they'd meet someone, whenever they were out walking, they'd hike right on past without even talking. When the star-bellied children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain-bellied children had none upon theirs. When the star-bellied Sneetches had Frankfurter roast, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toast, they never invited the plain-belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain-belly Sneetches were mopping and dopping alone on the beaches, still sitting there waiting their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McClunky McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I've had what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very particular machine. And he said, "You want stars on a belly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside. Then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about. But then one thing, it worked. When the plain-belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. "We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties." "Good grief," groaned the ones who had stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches, and they're still the worst. But now how in the world will we know," they all frowned, "if which kind is what, or the other way around?" Then up came McBean with a very sly wink. And he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who. That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneetch on the beach. And all it will cost is $10 each. Oh, I'm sorry. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have stars upon theirs. And that handy machine worked very precisely, removing all the stars off their tummies quite nicely. Then with snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks and they let out a shout, we know who's who. Now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then of course those with stars got all frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then of course old Sylvester Monkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then of course, from then on, as it probably guessed, things got into a horrible mess. All of the rest of the day on those screaming beaches, the fix-up creepy kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machine they raced round and round about again. Changing their stars every minute or two, they kept paying the money they kept running through. Until neither the plain nor the Starbelly Sneetches knew which is which one, or the one was this one, or which one was which one, or that one was who. When every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-up chappie cracked back up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They will never learn. No, you can't teach a Sneetch. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm happy to say, the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars, and whether they had one or not upon theirs. The end. So maybe you need to make some stars and put them on your belly, take them off, put them on your mom, put them on your dad, run around. I think it's probably a good one.